Okay, Jack, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Jack. Thank this the so we only have a 2-4. Okay, we'll be ready when you guys are. Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to introduce you this evening the cheerleading squads from both Pennsylvania and New York. Leading off the advisors for New York State, Tammy Curtis from Ellicottville and Mary Jo Clark from Archbishop Walsh. We also have class treasurer and the committee chairperson for Explorer Steering Committee. Previously, she was a Bradford High cheerleader for 3 years. She earned varsity letters in both cheerleading, golf, and she is a member of the National Honor Society and the Explorer Gifted Programs. She has served on many school committees during her reign here at Bradford High School. Her future plans include attending a 4-year college where she will major in science and music. Representing Bradford Central Christian High School, we have Arcangela Carter. She is the daughter of James and Robert Carter, and this fall she will be a senior at Bradford Central Christian. Her school activities include student council representative, cheerleading for 4 years, varsity captain, softball, yearbook staff, prom committee, ski club, varsity club, Mardi Gras dinner theater for 2 years, French club, and show choir. She enjoys being with children and spending time with her family and friends. Her future plans are to attend college and major in early childhood and special education. Representing Kane Area High School, we have Jennifer Sleeman. She is the daughter of Ed and Barbara Sleeman. She resides at 87 Clay Street in Kane, and as a senior is the academic program at Kane Area High School. Jennifer will serve as president of the senior class, treasurer of the student council, and secretary of the advisory board. Senior editor of the yearbook and member of the French and German clubs. Her past activities include president of the prom committee, president of sophomore and junior classes, assembly committee, homecoming, and snowball committees, and serving as statistician for the Kane Invitational track meet. Jennifer is employed by Sleeman and Sleeman CPAs of Kane, and after graduation, Jennifer's future plans are undecided at this moment. From Otto Eldred, we have Jenny Guston. She is the daughter of Jeff and Bonnie Guston and resides at McCray Brook in Eldred. Jenny participates in many school activities. She is a 5-year member of the marching band. 2 years she served as section leader, and this year will serve as vice president. She is a basketball statistician. She is a member of the prom committee, SAD club, and also the Spanish club. Jenny enjoys helping local Babe Ruth baseball teams and occasionally helps to keep score. In the future, Jenny plans to go to college and become a veterinarian. From Port Allegheny High School, Elizabeth Witter. She is the daughter of Herbert Jr. and George Ann Witter, and she resides in Port Allegheny. As a senior in academic curriculum, she enjoys taking part in all school activities. She has been involved in the school mixed ensemble and school chorus for 7 years. She's been a member of the school volleyball team for 2 years. She is a member of the student council and helps in school activities such as the prom committee and homecoming events. Her future plans are to attend Indiana University of Pennsylvania and major in nursing with a special interest in geriatrics. From Smithport High School, we have Donna Hausler. She is the daughter of Bob and Bonnie Hausler of Mount Jewett. As a senior at Smithport High School, she will be on the varsity cheerleading squad, and Donna has been a cheerleader for 4 years, has served as treasurer of her class, been a member of the varsity S choir, Future Business Leaders of America, newspaper club, and pet club. She has been picked to represent her class on the student council and served as prom chairperson. Donna competed and took first place in the typing competition at Olean Business Institute. For her future plans, she hopes to attend the culinary school and focusing on Italian cooking and desserts. She hopes to own her own restaurant and catering business. And there you are, ladies and gentlemen, the contestants for this year's McKean County Fair. The fair will be held in Smithport, August 13th through the 20th, and these lovely ladies would like you to be there when they are crowned. So we'll see you in Smithport. Thank you very much.
good hitter on that New York side.
I think it's got...
Please join Bradford's own Jeff Schulin for the singing of our national anthem.
Starting Jim Kelly, he will be the side judge. Skip Kemick will be the back judge. Carl Cavallero, he's the referee, and Carl's the one who's the head of the crew there, and he's the one who marks off the penalties, and he's the one that gets yelled at all the time. Carl's a good man, and the rest of these guys are doing all this on donations. We congratulate them. Frank Langenes is the umpire. Glenn Cunningham, he's the head linesman. Jim Perotti is the field judge, and Gary Pugren will be the line judge for tonight's game.
Again, let's go over the coaching staffs for both of these squads. The New York's squad is led by head coach Bob McMorris, the head coach at Wellsville. He's assisted by Skip Carter, an assistant at Wellsville. Joel Witcher, the head coach at Bolivar Richburg, and Earl Stone.
Who's going to speak?
An assistant
Number
at
35 will speak. So I'm going to call it while it's in the air.
Okay, we can hear the
Tails.
now Carl Cavallero.
It is a tail. See that, tails? It's your choice, or you can defer to halftime.
We'll receive.
You want the ball. Which way do you boys want to kick?
Defend this goal.
You defend that goal. Okay, red get down there. Blue here.
New York's won the toss.
And they elected to receive the ball. And Pennsylvania will kick off.
The Pennsylvania staff, the head coach is Boyd Fitzsimmons, has done a fine job as the head coach at Otto Eldred. He is assisted by his staff, Marty Bocelli, Mike Ogilvie, and Lance Baker.
And Cyrilla Cockler. They're helping make this broadcast possible here on WESP, Bradford, WBRR, Bradford. And the Pennsylvania All-Stars getting set to put the ball in play. And let's see who the New York All-Stars send deep here. To do the kicking for Pennsylvania, Eric Kutschke does it all. He, now coming up, one of the guys they were worried about was Jeremy Kellen, number 37, 6'1", 190. He's the speedster back there. Pete the Piece of Olean will play right in the middle of that return here. And the Pennsylvania All-Stars getting set to put the ball in play. We're glad to have you along here for the 22nd Annual Charity Classic, and a complete year later, what a year makes difference-wise, and they've got the players and, of course, some changes for the game. They do various things to try to improve the quality of the entertainment here package, and we're set. Eric Kutschke, the Big 30 Player of the Year, and this one is underway, the 22nd Annual Charity Classic. Kellen back after, the Piece of Olean has it. He's at the 25, out to the 28-yard line, tripped up there. Kellen wanted it, but couldn't get it. The Piece brings it out safely, and the New York All-Stars will go on offense, 1st and 10.
A nice tackle by number 74, Ryan Ferdinand. He's 6 foot, 190-pound Elk County Christian. He did a nice job. His head coach from Elk County is Joe Slim.
Well, Steve Childs will be the quarterback, a 6'1", 170-pounder. Childs did not throw a lot of touchdown passes. The reason why for the 5-3 Wellsville squad last year was they had a great running game. And Kellen will line up in the backfield here now. And the Olean tandem across the line there. Kellen going in motion. He's from Olean Walsh. Here's Childs. It'll be a handoff. The fullback up the middle. This is Tierney of Randolph. Out across the 30, 35, 40, 41-yard line. And a big first down for the New York All-Stars on their first play of the game.
Mike Tierney, he's an excellent fullback there. Again, they sent the split back in motion there, and then they brought the fullback back across the formation. He dragged about 3 tacklers there for the final 4 or 5 yards. So New York picks up a first down on their initial play of their opening drive.
They used Kellen as a decoy there. He went in motion to the right side of the New York offense. And here is Kellen now. He'll get it. Kellen outside. He's at the 40, 43-yard line. What a great play. A great tackle by Pennsylvania. Jason Jaqua of Eisenhower coming up to stick him, and he drops him, but not after a 2-yard gain there. Nice run by Kellen. Nice tackle by the Eisenhower player.
That was Jason Quarry from Eisenhower, and that's what we were talking about before, that the cornerback's going to have to help on run support to the outside. And boy, I'll tell you what, Jason came up and he just put a lick on there, because if it wasn't him, it was 6 points.
So the New York offense using the outside running game there. They went up the middle with Tierney the first time. Now they go outside here, going wide to the left side for the New York All-Stars is Scott Rhodes of Pioneer. Jeremy Hammond coming to the right side. Here's a handoff up the middle. Fullback Tierney out across the 45 to the 47-yard line. He'll get about 3 more there, and that'll bring up 3rd and about 5 for the New York All-Stars.
That's just your basic dive play, what you call a dive option, but the back didn't continue his option out there, and the inside linebackers were keying on that, and he was able to pick that up very easily. Inside backers there.
Again, New York showing that time they were in the straight eye, and they gave the ball right there on the fullback dive play to Tierney. They've shown split backs and the straight eye. Now they're in the split backs.
Bob McMorris with the power game at Wellsville. Here's the toss to Kellen. Kellen dancing outside. He'll be contained there at midfield, down to the 49-yard line of Pennsylvania. And it looks like it'll be 4th and short. And Bob McMorris will have a decision to make. And guys, it looked like Kellen was going to get outside there, but the All-Stars from Pennsylvania did a great job containing him.
Bill Russell, number 72, he's from Countersport. His head coach is Paul Simcoe. He was playing defensive tackle that side. He came from backside. Right. He made that tackle. But what made that tackle was the opposite side cornerback turned him in, and because he had to turn in, the defensive tackle was right there to make the stop, and Bill Russell made a nice stop there. 4th and short. This is a good time to punt the ball.
Looks like they might go for it, though. It's the first coaching decision in the game. 4th and short, just over the midfield stripe. New York's going to go.
Hammond wide to the right. It'll be the fullback. I don't think he got it. Tierney is going to be turned away by Pennsylvania. But I'll tell you, Bob McMorris, I got to give him a lot of credit, because, hey, this is what this game's all about. You want to put points on the board. He went for it, and unfortunately Pennsylvania rose to the occasion defensively. But Bob McMorris with an excellent call there. And unfortunately, they just didn't get the push offensively.
And J.R. Page and Andy Rifle both closed down very quickly there and stopped New York on the short yardage play. So big defensive stand early in the football game for the Pennsylvania squad. They're going to take over on their own 49-yard line.
This is a good opportunity now that you made your defense made a good play, that the offense, their New York defense might be a little down to go for the 6 points right off the bat.
6'2", 265. Wayne Lloyd from Warren, the center, leads the Pennsylvania All-Stars out, and they go with a wishbone set here. And here we go. Pennsylvania on offense. It'll be Eric Kutschke, the Big 30 Player of the Year. Kutschke hands the ball off the middle, inside the 45, down to the New York 40-yard line, and it looks like it is a Pennsylvania first down, and a big run there by the Pennsylvania All-Stars. Chad Ewings of Idle Eldred, 6 foot 225.
Right, that was a good play action. Chad looked like he had the ball, but then it was a dive. It was a fake dive, and the tight end, number 80, Corey Frank, from Mel County, caught the tight end, what they call a tight end dump, and it was a good play action by the quarterback, Kutschke.
Well, they have me fooled already. Pennsylvania keeping everything real tight, like Boyd Fitzsimmons had mentioned during his pregame chat tonight. Here's Kutschke, and they draw New York off sides. One of the New York All-Stars coming across the line there and making contact, and one of the big defensive ends in the middle. Is that Bob Painter? Or we'll get a look here and find out who it is.
Going back to that tight end, It's actually a tight. We don't. There's a difference between a tight end dump and a tight end seam. A dump, the tight end will turn around. He will look and put his numbers to the quarterback, or a tight end seam. A seam. The reason why you call it the seam is that you think you can draw the corners up on the play action. And boy, I'll tell you what. They did a nice job on that, and the tight end hit that seam, and he was able to gain about 7 yards on the catch.
Again, Pennsylvania in that very tight wishbone type set. Kuchke, it'll be the fullback, and diving straight ahead is Ewings from Otto Eldred. Chad is 6'2", 225. It's inside the 35, down to the 33. A.J. Lucas is down on the sidelines down there, and A.J., how about the hitting there? Pretty vicious?
I tell you, with some pretty good hits going on. As you saw, Pennsylvania, when they were on defense, they started the game off strong. Defensive back came in, just rocked the running back there from the New York side. Pennsylvania team is fired up. I'm going to stroll over to the New York side in a little bit and see how they're doing.
All right, Pennsylvania at 2nd and 4 inside the 35 of New York. There's 7:50 to go here in the first half. Kuchke, misdirection here. It'll be a handoff, and it's the tailback, Jason Goodling of Otto Eldred. And Goodling gets inside the 35 down to the 33. Gain of maybe a yard. It'll be a 3rd and about, 3 yards for Pennsylvania.
What was it? That was what they call a counter dive. You send the fullback up to the right side. They sent the fullback right off on the right side of the guard, and then they come back with the halfback to the other side, right halfback to the left side, and it's all misdirection, like we said there in the beginning of the pregame.
Tracy's Shoes, Northwest Savings Bank, Wayne Pavel Engraving, Creative Images, and Taste of Pizza, helping bring you this broadcast on WESP and WBRR. Here's Kuchke. Toss. Brad Hartley outside. Hartley trying to get outside. He can't do it. And the New York All-Stars come up. Making the play was Ed Omega from Pioneer, a 6'1", 220-pound linebacker, and he stuck Hartley and made the play.
That's very good. Again, your corners have to come up on that. That was what we call a quick pitch. That's different from a sweep. A quick pitch, the quarterback opens up to the side of the ball, and he pitches real quick to the halfback. And the reason why you run that is that you're hoping that the corners are playing soft, where they're playing enough back that the running back can get about 5 or 6 yards. You're not looking much more than that. That's all you're looking for is a soft corner. But I'll tell you what, Minga, he didn't play a soft corner. He played a strong corner there.
No score. 6:27 to go. First quarter. Don Raabe All-Star Charity Classic at Pennsylvania, kicking it away here. Here's the kick by the Pennsylvania All-Stars. Goodling of Otto Eldred. And this one will be in the end zone. And they're going to bring it out. New York will bring it out. And coming out with his tyranny of Randolph. And wait a minute, I don't know if they're going to whistle this one down or not.
Yeah, once you catch the ball in the end zone in high school, the ball is dead.
Yeah, no, but see, this is not high school rules. They have to go with collegiate now. This is NCAA rules. That's why they have to do that. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on that call there.
Well, either way, New York's going to have it at the 20-yard line, right, guys?
That's better to do it that way. You hate to make a mistake on an all-star game like that, especially for a a game like that.
AJ, you have something for us down there?
I'm going to try to grab a word with the official here. Hey, can you give me a quick explanation of what happened there?
Yeah, any ball that's kicked in the end zone in high school football is dead.
Okay, that was Gary Pugger.
So you can't run it out of there no matter what?
An interception or a fumble you can, but not in high school you can't.
All right, thanks a lot. There you go, guys.
Thanks, AJ.
Interesting philosophy there. Pennsylvania was deep in New York territory at about the 32, but they chose to punt, looking to play field position.
Here's Mark O'Brien into the game for the New York All-Stars. The handoff to Randy Green of Cuba. Rushford, Green out across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Big surge on the right side of the line. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the New York All-Stars.
What they're running there is just a basic isolation where they're using a fullback, tailback, and an isolation means that one fullback or one back, doesn't matter, is leading through the hole, and then the tailback is carrying the ball.
Now, New York going with a different lineup here now. The New York offense that is coming in here featuring the kid from Ellicottville, and that is
Mark O'Brien.
O'Brien under center. It'll be a play. No, he's going to hand it off, and it will be the tailback. And coming through there is the tailback. I believe it's going to be Green again, and he gets out across the 25 to the 28-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 3.
Justin Brinkley from Kane, 5'11", 190-pound defensive end, made the stop for the PA Stars on that play.
So Pennsylvania trying to dig in for the second time here early in the contest. No score. We have 5:03 to play. here in the 22nd annual Don Raabe All-Star Charity Classic. New York leads the series 13-7-1. Pennsylvania beat New York last year 21-16 right here on this first Saturday in August a year ago. Here's O'Brien, back to pass, going to air it out, throws out, and it's going to be incomplete. Rhodes from Pioneer was down at the 40-yard line, but it looked like he got held up a little bit there, and it's incomplete, and New York will have to punt.
Joe Fire from Warren made, he was the corner on that spot there. He came up, and I thought maybe he came up, but just a little bit too quick. What do you think?
Looked like there was a little bit of, I don't know if they're indecision on the pass pattern or what, but O'Brien was expecting his receiver looked like to go long on that play, and he hooked up at about 10 yards, and the pass was overthrown.
Yeah, there's a three-sport star there. Joe Fire, 5'8", 155. He says it all right there. A small man, a little guy, can play high school sports.
Oh, yeah, he played track, football, and basketball, and he was good in all three.
Yeah, you weren't kidding. Nice athlete from Warren and the Dragons program. Kellen with the punt. Kellen airs it out, and it'll be deep enough here to get the coverage down and trying to break to the right side out there. I believe that was
Brian Baker.
Brian Baker, yeah. I was trying to figure out, that's Baker of Smethport, and he is going to get 5-6 yards, and he'll be under tackle at the 43-yard line of Pennsylvania, and New York will get the ball, give the ball right back.
Number 67, Jeff Reisner from Olean High School, his head coach, Mike Kane, he came up and he played that really well because he broke down about 3 yards before the ball carrier able to set up his run.
And he's an offensive lineman.
He was
technique.
Chris Byam McCain is the new quarterback here now as they make the substitution. Second possession for Pennsylvania. Byam, some misdirection again up the middle, and this will be the fullback, Matt Zock of Warren, and he'll get maybe a yard, and that's it. Trustworthy Hardware, Cantwell Johnson, Race Honda, SM Gleason, and the Dairy Co. helping make this broadcast possible here on WBSB and WBRR.
That was with your split backs, and that's what they call a scissors. Some people call it scissors, some people call it a crossbuck, but that was just a lot of misdirection and trapping inside.
PA might find the going up the middle a little tough against this defense. That was number 70, Jason Mons. He goes 6'2", 330 pounds at that nose guard position.
Misdirection again, nothing there, and this will be Chris Young of Elk County Christian, 6'1", 180, the tailback, and he'll be stopped dead there. You know, looking at what Pennsylvania is trying to do here, Dave, New York, what are they doing defensively, and it's being so successful?
Well, their front five is playing very, very well. Again, Mons, 330 pounds, made the play on that play, so he looks like he moves that 330-pound frame pretty good, and their corners have supported the run when Pennsylvania's tried to go outside, so they're playing very well defensively here early in the game.
All right, A.J. Lucas making his way to the New York side. We'll get a comment in just a moment. Back to pass, Byam of Kane. Airs it out over the middle. It's incomplete. Oh, the pass intended, I thought for a second it was going to be to Zimmerman of Johnsonburg, one of the wingback, but it went downfield to Corey Frank of Elk County Christian. Corey couldn't quite get underneath it, and the Pennsylvania All-Stars will have to punt. A.J., what's the view over on the New York side here?
Well, the New York side, the coaches just screaming at their men, wanted their defensive linemen to get more pressure on the Pennsylvania offensive line, if you can believe that. And they just wanted to drop their D-backs back into coverage on that. It seemed to work out fine for them. The crowd over here a little bit smaller, of course, because of the smaller bleachers, just as boisterous and just as fired up. Frank?
Pennsylvania set to punt it away here. We have 3:07 to go in the first quarter. No score. Here's the kick. Oh, they just get it away. No running into the kicker there. It'll be taken by Olean, and that's DePiece back there. He got rocked. 30. Cutting outside. He's at the 35. Coming across the far sideline. Mike Tierney of Randolph, midfield. 45, 40, down to the 35 of Pennsylvania. Still on his feet at the 30, and then under tackle at the 29-yard line. Mike Tierney of Randolph with a dancing play there as he got bounced at the 30-yard line of New York, then kicked it outside on the other side, on the New York side, and he picks up about 45, 50 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 New York inside the Pennsylvania 35.
That's why you call it all-star, Gabe, because I'll tell you what, that was an all-star run.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you what, he took a pop after he caught the football from J.R. Page, but he was just not going to be denied. He just bounced off that tackle, broke it to the outside, broke several more tackles down the sidelines, and when an excellent punt return.
When J.R. Page hit him, he jumped back 4 yards. It's hard he was hit, but he was able to keep his balance.
J.R. Page from Port Allegheny, the Gators, and Bob Haskins, who won this All-Star game a year ago for the Pennsylvania All-Stars. Childs back to pass, going for 6, into the end zone, and it's incomplete. What a great play there by Pennsylvania. Pat Murphy of Smethport with a sparkling defensive play. He saves a touchdown. And it will be 2nd and 10 for the New York All-Stars at the Pennsylvania 30.
Pat, if I'm not mistaken, Pat Murphy led high school football last year in interceptions for Smithport. He was considered one of the kids to be the big player of the year, too, big 30 player of the year. He's very, very tough. He came up on that defensive corner really nice.
I'll tell you, every year in, year out, Carl DeFilippi just reloads over there, and year in and year out, he's got kids that could be a starter in any team, no matter where they're playing.
Look how many players they have in this ball game, about 5 or 6 players.
Childs, handoff. It will be the tailback, Tierney, bouncing his way inside the 25, down to the 23. He gets 7 there, and Tierney gives Randolph a chance at 3rd and short. 3rd and 3 to be exact.
I'm very impressed with Tierney because I'll tell you what, he levels off when he's able to take a hit on like that. He doesn't stand straight up. He has good running form. He lowers his shoulders, and even when he's falling, Dave, you notice that he's falling 3 yards. He's not backing up whatsoever. He's a good runner. He's a hard runner.
1:45 to go here in the first quarter. Still no score. Pennsylvania and New York. Tierney lining up to the right side. Here's Childs. It'll be Tierney again. They keep it on the ground with the fullback, and he will get maybe a yard. That's it. It'll be 4th and short, 4th and about 2. And let's see what Bob McMorris does here.
That was a good tackle by Ben Boschka, 5'8", 165-pound corner from Coudersport. He came up really nice and were able to stop Tierney from getting the first down. 4th and 3. He didn't go for it. He went for it in the middle of the field. He's going to go for it now.
Oh, yeah,
So,
they're on the 23-yard line.
Maybe a field goal, huh?
What do you call here, Bob? Let's say you go for the first down. What do you run?
I like a play action right here. That tight end dump will be a good pattern right now because look, if there's no safety there.
Amadada Hinsdale slotted to the right. Childs trying to roll out. In trouble. Fighting his way for the first down. Inside the 20. Down to the 19-yard line. And if there's no flags, there isn't. It's a first down for the New York All-Stars.
He made the 20, and that's all he had to do.
We talk about this on the Bradford Owls broadcast here on 1490 WESP. And, Bob, you're a big proponent of letting your quarterback run a lot of short yardage, 3rd and 2, 4th and 2, and stuff like that.
Don't give our secrets away already, Frank.
I'll tell you.
Why is that one of the better plays you can make down in that situation?
Well, again, it depends on the game situation. If you have a tailback or a fullback that's getting 3-4 yards at a crack, then you let them take it. But if it's hard going down there, you give that quarterback an option. It just puts a lot of pressure on your defense.
27 seconds to go. Here's a handoff to the right side. Randy Green. We're the first quarter. Green inside the 19. He gets down to the 15. He gets 4 tough yards there on the outside, and it will be a 2nd and about 6. We'll be back with the second quarter of action and more from the Bradford's Parkway Field. You're listening to the 22nd annual Don Raabe All-Star Football Charity Classic.
Tierney is 5'10", 165 pounds, but he is a very tough 165. He's a hard runner also.
So Pennsylvania setting up defensively, and New York lining up here offensively. Randy Green in the wing to the left. Here's back to pass. Childs going to the end zone, and it'll be intercepted. Intercepted at the goal line. It's picked off by Pennsylvania. Here comes Brian Baker of Smithport. Baker to the 20, 25, and Pennsylvania turns New York away. Baker, and really, that was a tough throw for Childs. He threw into double coverage, guys, and Baker made him pay.
Well, see, what they did is use Tierney as a decoy there, and they only had one person in the route there, and I'll tell you what, the Smithport crew had that covered really well. They had a guy, number 21, Pat Murphy from Smithport. He was playing back of him, and Brian Baker, number 24, was playing in front of him, and Brian went up sky high, and I'll tell you what, his parents are sitting right here in front of us. They went nuts here. This is their second son in the Big 30 football game, too, and he just did a tremendous job there.
I noticed one of the guys coming off there and getting a lot of high fives was J.R. Page of Port Allegheny, and he's playing a whale of a game, 6'1" at 200 pounds. Pennsylvania, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Kutschke to Hartley of Eisenhower. Hartley across the 25 and back the original line of scrimmage. So Pennsylvania having some trouble running against the New York All-Stars here, but that's the reason why you play 4 quarters. You hope that sooner or later you can wear them down. Jason Goodling of Otto Eldred coming out, and going in there with the play is Matt Bogart of Cameron County. Albert Simmons, a 5'11", 230-pound nose guard, made the stop for New York.
Simmons is out of Randolph High.
Well, New York's defensive line has done a marvelous job here stopping Pennsylvania's run, and sooner or later the Pennsylvania All-Stars are going to have to air it out. Here's the toss back. It'll be Casey Zimmerman of Johnsonburg, and he gets maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Boyd Fitzsimmons and the Keystone Gritters. Pennzoil Company, Barrett's Auto Body, McKean Motor Club, All Electric, and Mayor Browser Store helping make this broadcast possible here tonight from the Parkway Field in Bradford. Side of the 22nd annual Don Raabe All-Star Football Charity Classic. And that's one of the things that Don Raabe had in mind when he built this game. Obviously, the entertainment for the fans is great, but also the charity involved for some of the groups and individuals throughout the Big 30 area where there is no financial resources available. That's what Don's dream was, and it has a reality. Here's a toss way outside to the wing back, and New York is not fooled there as they make the play defensively, and Chad Ewings of Otto Eldred is stopped. It'll be 4th and a kicking situation for Pennsylvania.
I noticed the last couple of plays, number 26, Darrell Holtberg, he's a 5'11", 170-pound cornerback from Ellicottville. Do you notice that, Dave, when on the strong side, he's taking his right corner, and they're moving him almost into a linebacker position to the strong side. And they're moving him over, and they're leaving the weak side, what we call a weak side, wide open for like a split end.
Here's Goodling with a kick. It's away. Guess who's back at his own 40? It's Tierney. Oh, he loses the football. Tierney trying to get it, picks it up. It's loose. And Pennsylvania has the football. Oh, Tierney tried to make the play but couldn't make it. And Pennsylvania comes up with it. Who was it, guys?
Marvin Morris. 64, Marvin Morris.
Marvin Morris with a great play there.
From Johnsonburg.
Again, his head coach is Kevin Carter. Kevin Carter does a nice job down in Johnsonburg year in and year out. They're always in running for an Allegheny Mountain League title there, too. But, again, Tierney, he came running up on that, and I think he was thinking running before catching.
He made a big mistake there, too. He had a chance to probably fall on the football after he missed the punt initially, but he tried to pick it up and then got hit, and Pennsylvania recovered.
Power eye here for the Pennsylvania All-Stars. It will be the tailback, and going through there, I believe it's Chris Young of Elk County Christian, and he gets inside the 35 down to about the 32-yard line, so he'll get about 6 or 7 there. It'll be 2nd and short. Chris Young, 6'1", 180. He's one of the halfbacks in this power eye offense.
Chris is also a very fine athlete, also played basketball, also was on the track team down there. He was their workhorse out of the backfield at Elk County Christian this past season.
Now they set the power eye to the left side here, and hands under center. It's Chris Byam. He lost the football. Byam's going to keep it himself, and he'll be covered in the backfield. A loss of about 2 there, and it'll be spotted at the 3-yard line. Make it 3rd and about 7 now for Pennsylvania. I guess a case of pulling up before you had the ball. But New York did a great job. And one of the guys who I noticed coming through there was number 70, Jason Mons of Wellsville, 6'2", 330. When he fell on Byam, that's when the whistle blew. Mons a big boy.
And he's quick, though.
Yeah,
he's very, very quick. I mean, he's
looks like he's got good feet.
Power eye, it's to the right side this time. Here's Byam, back to pass. They blow through, and a blast job done there by New York. And the New York All-Stars sack Byam way back at the 45-yard line.
There it is. Pete DePiece came on the inside blitz there, and he just came untouched and threw Byam for the big loss there.
He didn't have a chance. Byam didn't have a chance for anything there. It was luckily he just held onto the ball and just, take the loss instead of losing the ball.
Now, there's another guy that we can talk about in this game tonight. We're talking about Pete DePiece of Olean, and not a very big kid there. But, again, 5'9", 180 pounds. But there's a guy right there, 5'7", 170, that has a lot of heart and a lot of desire to play football, and he's very successful. And, of course, he led the Olean Huskies to the Section 6 championship at Rich Stadium and a 9-0-1 record. Oh, Pennsylvania with a fake here, and nothing going here. The up back for the Pennsylvania All-Stars, Chad Ewings of Otto Eldred taking it, but he had nowhere to go. New York wasn't fooled, and the New York All-Stars take over 1st and 10 out at their own 43-yard line.
Corey Claybo, 5'11", 190-pound defensive end from Gowanda, made the play for the New York Stars. All-Stars.
Colors galore and more. The Farm Family Restaurant, McCourt Label Company, Fairway Ford, Keystone Auto Parts, and Dan Carter Auction Service, helping make this broadcast possible on 1490 WESP and 100.1 Cool 100. So New York goes right back on offense here. Mark O'Brien of Ellicottville splits his backs with a slot to the right. It'll be Kellen of Ole and Walsh outside. Kellen's at the 40, 45, midfield, down to the 45-yard line of Pennsylvania, and Jeremy Kellen has a first down. And the first question I've got is, New York gets into Pennsylvania All-Stars, is Bob, the quickness he has, the plays he made at Ole and Walsh, why hasn't he been running the ball more?
Well, first of all, they're using all their tailbacks and running backs, and I'll tell you right now, after that run, they're going to use them a little bit more. That was what they call a belly option lead, where you hand off, you fake the handoff to the fullback, and then you take 2 steps back as a quarterback, and you belly down the line and you hand off. It's almost like a sweep, but it's a handoff type of sweep, and that gives your tailback a little bit more time to read the end there. But I tell you what, he cut that up nice.
Still no score. 6:11 to go in the second quarter. Pennsylvania and New York. The New York All-Stars with the ball. Here's Kellen inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line, and Kellen rattles off 7 more. So he's taken 18, 19 yards there in the last couple of plays, and the New York All-Stars face another second down and short. And I guess when you start doing that, it starts making second and third down selections easier.
You're going to see the Kellen show now, because he's going to get the ball almost every play. Then they're going to use him as a decoy sooner or later. But the thing is, you got to realize New York in the last 2 drives have shot themselves in the foot more than in Pennsylvania stopping them.
Yeah, so New York trying to get their offense to complete a drive here. They've had 2 drives, 1 on downs, 1 turnover and interception. Here's Kellen outside, 40. Oh, he dives inside the 38 down to the 36. And I believe he has a New York first down. But Jeremy Kellen individually there on his own outside, and he dives for the first down.
Yeah, and again, Pat Murphy is the one that came up from this corner spot to make sure that Kellen didn't get any further than he already did. And that's 3 carries, 20-some yards. So, again, you have a gun, shoot it there, right, Dave? I mean, he's pretty tough.
Good. He's shifty, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's tall for a running back. He goes about 6'3", 6'4", but he's got quick feet, and you can tell he changes directions pretty well once he hits the line of scrimmage.
Here's the fullback, and the dive is straight ahead on 1st and 10 at the 37 of Pennsylvania, and maybe a yard or 2 there for the New York All-Stars. And I believe getting up off the pile was Doug Davis of Hinsdale, one of the fullbacks. Davis wearing 66. AJ, what's the feeling down to the Pennsylvania sidelines here? Their defense has been struggling a little bit trying to stop the New York running attack.
Yeah, they're definitely struggling. In fact, I was just thinking to myself, each series New York has come out here, it seems they're pushing Pennsylvania back a little bit more each and every play. So it looks like the size of New York might start to wear on the Pennsylvania squad.
And that, of course, that Olean crew not in there right now. Here's a boot by O'Brien of Ellicottville. Trying to get outside. He'll be smashed down at the 38-yard line. Loss of about 3 there. 3 Pennsylvania players there to make the stop.
I'll tell you what.
Pat
right
Murphy
now,
and Brian Baker.
I'll tell you right now, and my player for defense thus far is Brian Baker. He's been playing one well of a ball game. He's not only playing his cornerback spot really well, he's coming up tough. Cornerbacks, the first thing I go worry about is pass. Run second. Boy, he's worried about run first.
And again, that was a misdirection play. The quarterback faked into the line of scrimmage and rolled to the left, and he was not
He must
pulled
not
by the pursuit. He stayed right at home on that backside and made the play.
And I tell you,
fundamental football.
Exactly, Dave.
3:57 to go.
For all the Philippi coach kids, right?
That's right.
3:57 to go here in the first half, and New York will take a delay of game on 3rd and 10. That'll make it 3rd and 15, bring it out to the 43-yard line. Marty McKelly is the defensive coordinator for the Pennsylvania All-Stars. Dave, what's he thinking right now, and what's he telling his kids defensively here?
Well, it's a 3rd and long situation. I'm sure you got to expect pass here. You just don't want to give up, keep everything in front of you, and not give up a big play and let anybody get behind you for a 6-pointer.
Kellen coming in motion. Gingerly left side. O'Brien back to pass. Airs it out. He's got a man down there. It's going to be incomplete. Almost picked off. Pass was intended for Mark Chuddy of Ellicottville. That'll bring up 4th and 15. Now, McMorris hasn't kicked the ball in situations like this. We'll have to wait and see what he does here. Probably will with 3:33 to go in the first half and no score.
And it's 4th down and 15 there, so.
Yeah, that's a long. I'm sure sure they're going to punt the football. We got
You don't want to give Pennsylvania an opportunity to make a quick score here like that, make Pennsylvania drive the entire field.
When you think of all the great coaches in the Big 30 area, some of the veterans, George Witcher at Salamanca comes to mind, Carl DeFilippi at Smethport. There's a lot of young talent in this neighborhood. Boyd Fitzsimmons at Otto Eldred and Bob McMorris of Wellsville. Here's the kick by Kellen. Kellen just puts it up in the air. It'll be taken by Pat Murphy of Smethport. Murphy at his own 10, dances outside, 15, 20, 25. Murphy still on his feet, and he gets to the 29-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 Pennsylvania. But Murphy dancing and dancing there in the 5'11", 140-pounder with about 18 or 19-yard return where it didn't look like he was going to get anything, and it's 1st and 10 Pennsylvania.
Mike Murr, number 71.
He got a nice introduction to Mike there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Boy, he took that ball right in traffic close to his goal line there. Surprised that he even caught the football, but he made a nice run out of there and gave Pennsylvania decent field position just short of their own 30-yard line.
It should try with 3 minutes, maybe the first set, see if they can get a first down, then start airing it out. Get the clock down with less than a minute there, then try to air it out there, see if you can get a first down on the ground first.
Standing room only here at Bradford's Parkway Field. Kutschke back to pass, airs it out. It's incomplete. Pass is almost picked off, too. It was intended for Corey Frank of Elk County Christian, and a little overthrown there. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Corey was actually wide open. Kushke just overthrew the ball there, and Corey is 6'2", so he's not a small target. I think he was thrown on his back foot because it didn't come forward after the release of the ball.
Well, you see a lot of 44s in high school football defensively. 5-2 here, mandatory for the Big 30 game, and right now the defense is having their way with 2:45 to go in the first half. No score. Brad Hartley of Eisenhower banging his way out. 30, 35. And he gets about 6 there. And it'll be 3rd and about 5 for the Pennsylvania All-Stars. Make it 3rd and 4.
Stop made by Mike Zamuda.
Again, the broadcast being brought to you by Morgan Optical, Tochi's Family Restaurant, Bradford Forest Products, Philip C. Boucher Dodge, and W.R. Case & Sons Cutlery. Some of the sponsors helping make this broadcast possible here on 1490 WESP at 100.1 to 100. What do we got there, Bob?
Looked like number 74, Dan Mabee. He was defensive end there for New York. Either he was drawn off because he just flew through the line there. It looks like, he was drawn off because they're talking to New York there. So must be against Pennsylvania.
Corey Claybo of Gowanda, along with Dan Mabee of Gowanda, and the other Gowanda player in the game, Doug Huff, were involved in a car accident coming to the dinner Thursday night, the banquet, and apparently they blew a tire, and I guess the car flipped 2 or 3 times, and the game cheerleaders in Queens from Gowanda were right behind them. Well, they survived that. Then coming from Olean Hospital, where all 3 players were treated, they had a flat tire on the other car. So,
jeez, bad luck all the way around.
What an interesting night, but they made it there. They're all playing in the game, all participating. Pennsylvania firing off the ball. Back to pass. Here's Kutschke going out there. He has a man. It's caught at the 45, down to the 40. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Pennsylvania there. What a catch by Matt Bogart of Cameron County. And the Pennsylvania All-Stars, with 1:48 to go, have it in New York territory, down at the 40 of New York.
That was a nice play. The Bogart was lined up as the wing back to that side. He just did a deep square out, and Kutschke laid it right on the money there for the big first down. So Pennsylvania's in business on the New York 40-yard line, but time is becoming a factor. The clock is winding at 1 minute and 40 seconds to go here in the first half.
That's one of the oldest plays, I imagine, in football, is that square out there, the little down and out. But, boy, if you can execute that to perfection, you've got great timing like you did there, it can go for 20, 30 yards, as it did. Kutschke rolling out to the right. Kutschke looking. Now he's going to run. He's at the 40-yard line, outside 35, down to the 30, 28-yard line, has the New York, Pennsylvania first down, and it'll be 1st and 10 Pennsylvania there.
And Pennsylvania calls a timeout there because Kutschke couldn't get out of bounds there. So there's 1 minute, 17 seconds left, and Pennsylvania has the ball.
We'll take a break in the action. Still no score. This is the Don Raabe All-Star Football Charity Classic.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Tuna Valley Printing and Graphics. Printing, binding, stapling, lamination, bulk mail sorting, fax service, UPS pickup, you name it, Tuna Valley Printing and Graphics does it. At Tuna Valley Printing and Graphics, they provide that extra service going the extra mile for you. If you're in business, make it your business to see Tuna Valley Printing and Graphics, Mechanic Street in Bradford. Growing today to meet your needs tomorrow. Tuna Valley Printing and Graphics. Phone 368-5686.
AJ's back down on the field there with the wireless mic. And AJ, what do you have for us?
Boy, I tell you, you talk about team unity, Frank. I think the entire team was in on the huddle when they called that pass play. I was standing right behind the bench. As soon as they snapped the ball, half the team, there it is, there it is, there it is. They all knew it was coming. They were all happy when it worked out.
Well, the New York All-Stars trying to dig in here with 1:17 to go in the first half. Still no score. AJ, you surprised that we still haven't been able to punch one in here?
Yeah, you know, all day long we've been talking about these high-scoring offenses and the strong offenses, and it's the defenses that are showing up tonight. I am very surprised. I don't know about you guys.
Well, they go to the conventional I formation here. Going wide to the right is Corey Front. Bogart going to the left for Pennsylvania. And back to pass. No, Kutschke's going to hand it off. It'll be Hartley of Eisenhower inside the 25, down to the 20, 19-yard line. And it'll be short of a first down. It'll bring up second and about 2.
That's actually what they call like a draw play. And it's a good play to call there because I'll tell you what, the defenses, New York was in what they call a prevent there, Dave.
They were in a pro set that time. They had two receivers split out wide, and I think they had the New York defense thinking pass, and they went with the little draw play to the fullback and got nice yardage on the play.
So it'll be second and about 2 yards to go. 43 seconds to go in the first half. No score. Pennsylvania marching. Here's Kutschke, the toss. It will be Hartley. Hartley 20, 15, 10. Loses the football, but he lost it out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 33 seconds to go. New York trying to dig in here. Pennsylvania's offense starting to move the football. And we see this a lot of times. I guess in the pros you see it more than college and high school, the 2-minute offenses. But if you can do it in high school, it can go a long ways towards building momentum for the third quarter.
Exactly. And here we are. The ball's basically on the 12-yard line. You know you're going to be man-to-man coverage down here, especially with the 52 defense. So this is going back, this is a golden opportunity now to sprint that quarterback out there because who's going to cover who now? And you might get a misread on the defensive player's part.
22nd Annual Classic here at Parkway Field in Bradford. Kutschke, 33 seconds to go. Back to pass. Airs it out to the end zone. It's incomplete. Pass was intended down there for Bogart of Cameron County. He got turned the wrong way, or the play pass was thrown inside instead of out. And that'll bring up second and 10 yards here for the Pennsylvania All-Stars. 28 seconds to go.
That was the same play they hit earlier for the big first down there earlier in this drive, but this time Kutschke just did not throw that football very well. Bogart, I think, was going to be open, breaking to the outside again, but the ball was thrown inside, and he had no chance to make the reception.
BB Electric, Burns & Burns Insurance, Cook Chatley, Gato Memorial Chapel, Sundahl & Company Insurance, and Cyrilla Cochlear helping make this broadcast possible tonight. The 22nd Annual Classic. Here's the toss. Hartley right side. He's at the 20, 15, down to the 10, inside the 10 to the 5, and he stopped there. Clock is running, 19 seconds to go, and Pennsylvania will take time as well. We'll take time too. There's no score. 16 seconds to go in the first half. You're listening to the Don Raabe All-Star Football Charity Classic.
If you're not feeling yourself, you go to a doctor. If your car is not running properly, you bring it to a mechanic. But don't just bring it to anyone, bring it to Brian's Auto Service. Brian's will make your car healthy again by doing things like Pennsylvania inspections, brakes, tune-ups, you name it. Brian's Auto Service gives your car the TLC it needs. So take your car to the car doctors. Brian's Auto Service, Thompson Avenue off of Congress in Bradford, or call 362-4107.
Okay, Bob, what's the call here, or what would you think?
What do I do, or what do you think he's going to do?
What does he think you're going to do?
Well, I think what he's going to do, I think he's the wide side's to his left, so I think he's going to use his tailback, and he's going to run a sweep or a counter sweep with him. So I think he's just going to try to use his athletic ability, his tailback's athletic ability there. A good play down in here, like I said, what I like to run is like an option or rollout. AJ has something, I think. He might be able to tell us.
Yeah, we're down here with the defensive coordinator on the Pennsylvania side. You pretty happy with the way the team's working out so far?
Yeah, I think defensively doing fine with just special teams. We gave up a couple.
And they're bigger than we are.
You came up with a couple turnovers. You're going to try to convert on them in the second half, hopefully?
Absolutely. They got rules. They got to score twice defensively, so we haven't done that yet.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Frank?
All right, here we go. It'll be 3rd and about 4 inside the 7-yard line. Kutschke rolling to the right. Kutschke looking. He's in trouble, breaks free, and gets down to the 6-yard line. 10 seconds to go, and they'll call time here again, and that'll be Pennsylvania's final timeout. So we've got 7 seconds to go. Dave, what do you look for here now if you're the defensive side for New York?
Well, the New York defense stayed at home very nicely. Brian Ulazowitz out of Archbishop Walsh from his defensive end position there. As we thought, they rolled out Kutschke to the near side of the field, but again, Ulazowitz made a nice play from his defensive end. You got 4th and 5 here. I don't know what kind of a kicker. The ball is on the right hash. What Pennsylvania is planning to do. Kutschke is a pretty good kicker himself. They may try a field goal here.
Well, that's what I think I would do here with just 7 seconds to go. The last shutout, by the way, the last time a team was shut out was 1987. Pennsylvania blanked New York 26-0. 1 year earlier, New York 29, Pennsylvania nothing. So it's been almost 10 years since we've seen a shutout in this game, and the fans coming and looking for a scoring here.
They are going to try. And they are going to try a field goal. It's going to be Kutschke. The ball's going to be spotted. Looks like about the 13-yard line plus the 10 of the end zone. So it'll be a 23-yard attempt.
Jason Dequoy of Eisenhower will be the holder here. Here's the snap, the put down, the kick by Kutschke is up. It's on its way. It's long enough, and it is no good. He missed it wide to the left side. So as time expires, that's the end of the first half here at the Don Raabe All-Star Football Charity Classic. A.J. Lucas is down on the field with Boyd Fitzsimmons. A.J.?
Oh, you're not too happy about not getting that field goal there at the end of the half?
No, not at all. We should have put that through. We needed a score in the first half, but we didn't get it.
Pretty happy with the way the defense is going so far?
That's just been a little bit, but they didn't break. And so, yeah, I'm happy they haven't given up any points. The only thing is they haven't scored yet for us.
What are you going to change for your offense in the second half? Anything?
We're going to talk to the players and find out what's been happening with them inside with the different squads from New York State.
Memory, and they give